Hi, fellow Sagittarians. This is Tara at Hidden Lotus Tarot. I am coming to you today with the December 2015 monthly. I cannot believe in just a few days we will be heading into December 2015, the end of the year, the start of a new year coming up very soon. And we're moving out of the time of Scorpio now. We're going to be coming into the time of Sagittarius. And we know that Saturn has moved into Sagittarius a few months back. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the reading to see what energies could be coming into play. Wow, for you. I'm not going to accept those cards. For the month of December, leading us into January 2015. I'm not exactly sure how the month of December is going to play out for me in terms of being able to bring you any specials or any more impromptu readings. We'll just see how that goes. I hope to be able to bring you a yearly, but that will be in the new year itself of 2016. So I hope that since the last time I spoke to you for the monthly, that things have been okay for you. You haven't been doing a whole lot of struggling or worry. We do know that this is sometimes easier said than done. So we're just going to lie the cards. Today I'm using the Gilded Tarot, which is very similar to the Rider-Waite deck. Them Scorpios, I had to put my, they've been giving me a run for the money. My Rider-Waites had to go on vacation. I'm going to be putting my, cards in the, giving them a moon bath tonight. It is the full moon. But I think from all of the energies coming in from the Scorpios and all of the readings that I've done, that I really need to kind of give those cards a break. They're kind of tired. Let's get straight into the reading to see what we have. This is for Sagittarius for December 2015 coming in. Well, even though we don't have the Sagittarian card coming up in the center, we have the Fool card. Now, this is kind of a strange energy with the Saturn because the Fool is all about new beginnings. But Saturn comes in to restrict us in our movements in some way. Let me take a look at this. We can say that even though we didn't have the Sagittarian card come up, which would be the Temperance card, right in the center we do have the Six of Wands, so that speaks to fire energy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Wands cards. We could even say technically in a sense that this is a Wands card because she's holding 2 wands to indicate balance. What it says to me, right in the center we have the Six of Wands, and we know that the Six of Wands is about moving forward with your desires and your ambitions. This could be in a work area, a familial area, in friendships, in love relationships, even just in your personal goals and aspirations and dreams. So this is the card of victory. So it appears that even though perhaps Saturn has come into play, it's still in the early stages, and you've been able to make a little bit of headway in terms of the direction in which you want to go. That's the basis of it, the start. But now we need to see what the periphery stuff is around it. I do see that there was a beginning that came in either November, late November, or early November, moving into December. This is something from the past. Long-term plans, contemplation, wanting to start going forward, some growth coming in, some movement. But there is some confusion surrounding these things. Now, this card speaks to many options. It speaks to not knowing really what the right thing is, wanting a lot of things, but not knowing what the right thing is, or maybe even with the Wands cards, how to go about getting those things. And I see that some of you have gone from a 3 back to a 2. something occurring, perhaps whatever this thing is, it has to do with the Seven of Cups, this confusion, and now you're at a crossroads. You need to make a decision, okay? The center line of the World, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Swords. In a sense, it's saying to me that there is some balance. Maybe some of you have been traveling, or traveling has come into play, and there has been some success or decisions based around having to travel, maybe having to move, but that there's been some type of balance that you've been able to maintain despite this going forward, having some confusion, and now taking a step back, reviewing things. That even though that has happened, whatever this world card is representing to you, there is still a victory in that. However, there is this Five of Swords. Now, in looking at this card, I see that there are two women and there's a Knight of Cups. So this could be speaking to either two aspects of yourself, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, or it could be speaking to three people in a situation. And this has seemed to have been a theme that is going on, has been carrying forward, I want to say since August or September perhaps, of these love triangles. Unrequited love, people not speaking the way they feel, people putting up with crap that they shouldn't be putting up with. But this indicates, again, this Five of Swords, three people in a situation, and someone walking away. And typically in this card, the person who's left holding all of the swords is the victor. And that typically tends to be you, the person that I'm reading for. And again, in line with this Two of Wands, okay, that was a decision that you had to make. Now, I'm not quite understanding what it is that I'm seeing on this bottom row with the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Because if it's just you and the two aspects of yourself, there was something new that came in. You wanted to move forward. And in a way, it was a victory for you. And it made you feel like the Queen of Cups. So maybe for some of you Sagittarians, this is happened. Okay. For others of you, you had to make a decision. Whatever that decision was, there was a victory in it, and you have returned into your full power. There you are, the Queen of Wands. But the thing that puzzles me is how this Knight of Cups fits in. Because this could be, typically we say cups have to do with love, have to do with emotions, but it could also be, let's say a job came in that you really love, or an offer for a job came in. Maybe you had to make a decision about moving, and you were torn between your desire to move and those people that you love and those things that you love. Maybe you had to walk away from the things you loved, okay, in order to meet your desires. If this is about three people in a situation, right down the center, in a way, what it's saying to me is that irregardless of the confusion that you have, that you had, that may come up moving forward into December, it's as though you're not going to allow that to stop you. And that you are indeed going after what it is that you want. I think this is a beautiful message. We have the Fool, which is the card of the new beginning. As you can see, he's just kind of, I don't know if you can see that really well. He's kind of dancing around. He's got all of the zodiac signs thrown up. There's magic coming out of his hands. He's standing on his wand. He's twirling a hula hoop around his leg, and there's the moon behind him. So with the gesture card, so it's kind of like you're like, well, okay, I'm just going to dive in and do exactly what it is that I feel like doing. Okay. I think that's a great message. I'm trying to see. Now, for some of you, There may be an issue, confusion about if this involves travel or if it involves some type of integration. You integrating into a group, an organization. If you're integrating someone new into your life or into your family, or someone new wanting to do that, there is a lot of confusion surrounding that. Is this the right thing to do? Am I really seeing the real picture? Am I really seeing the real person? Am I really seeing the true path that I'm trying to go in? And with this woman looking at it, she's facing it rather fearlessly, as if to say, well, I'm up to the challenge, bring it on. So, and this new thing does come in, but it looks as though some of you may find out that there's something. This is not a 7 of swords. Now, this is a 5. So 5 can speak to delays. It could be a delay in travel plans. It could be a delay because all of a sudden something has come to light that you're not quite sure what to make of that. With this particular offer, be it love, be it money, whatever this new thing is, this person stepping forward, but that you're going to have to walk away from it. And if that's the case, then, it very well could be that this guy is literally between two women. And so you're going to have to decide what it is that's best for you. And the beautiful thing about this is this outcome card of the Fool in the right side position, which means you're just going to go ahead and take that leap of faith one way or the other. You're either going to decide to walk away and keep walking, or you're going to decide to stick around and kind of go all in for it. Okay? Now, I'm not reading this Fool card in the negative aspect. There's something kind of a hint of negativity on this Queen of Cups, but I'm not exactly sure why. It could be that, as I said, this is two aspects of yourself. The face you show everybody else, the face you keep to yourself. So it could be that you're trying to escape yourself and the way you feel because you don't know which direction to go in. But we will see how this, because the first thing I want to do is I want to look at this 5 of Swords to see what this conflict is about. It is a third party coming in between two people, and the third party wins. This third party keeps itself neutral. It doesn't participate. It doesn't interact. It's kind of like you just, okay, you came in and now you see it's a whole bunch of foolishness, or it's not exactly what you want to deal with. So you just decided like, okay, whatever. Doesn't mean you still don't care. It's not about that. And with this card, it's kind of like you're kind of at peace with that. You see she's standing between the laurel wreaths. It's kind of like you're at peace with that decision. So let's see. The Donna del Servicio, the female helper, the Sacerdote, the priest, and then the Stanza. So to me, this is speaking to, yes, somebody walked away. Maybe there were 3 people in the situation. And this could even be a situation that's coming between 2 people, not necessarily a actual physical person, but it could be some type of situation that has cropped up between 2 people, and somebody has to say, you know what, I gotta go because I can't deal with it right now, or I won't deal with it right now. So we know that the female servant, she's always a helper in a positive sense. So in a sense, the cards are saying to me that it's a help for you to be alone. This card speaks to solitude. It speaks to privacy. It speaks to intimacy. But this is the intimacy of getting to know yourself. And this is a good thing. So maybe whatever this thing was or this person was that you had to walk away from is giving you the opportunity to come back and review those things that you need to review before moving forward. Because you started out great. Something came in, and then you took a step back. Okay? But this sacerdote can be 2 things. He is a spiritual man. He is a priest. He is a guide. And so maybe this is what your higher self was telling you. This was the best outcome for you to do, so that you can arrive back at getting to know your own heart and stepping back into your full power. But it also speaks to hidden things. So perhaps in one respect, even though you are alone in your solitude and it's a help to you, you're not really delving too deeply into the situation, not in terms of trying to get to the bottom of what's going on if it's two people in a relationship, but in terms of getting to the bottom of what's going on with yourself. Why do you feel the way you do? Why did you back up? Why did you, what has triggered you to make you say, you know what, I can't put up with this, and to use this time wisely. Now I want to look at this because we have this person or this energy in between these two women. So I want to see the Viaggio, somebody away on a trip. That trip was a great success. And this has to do with work and something to do with the home. Now, I could say that there was somebody away on a trip away from home, on a business trip. And that business trip went great. But maybe he met somebody on that business trip. And this has become known to you. And you have decided to walk away. Because this line could be really that someone was away doing things. It was a great victory when this person entered the picture. But this could also mean that this person who was away from home on a business trip is now returning back to this person, okay? In which case, the return itself is a victory, but we know that there's something not right. And we are having trouble trying to figure out what to do with either the feelings that are coming up or the knowledge that we have. This queen does not have her wand at the ready. She's kind of holding it down as if she's saying, okay, I'm going to wait and see really how I feel about this. And then with this card, the exit, it is almost like even though this knight may have made a presentation to this chick, she's facing away with him with her cup in another direction. So maybe this was not as successful as we think, and that could be why this person has come back. Maybe they've come back with their tail between their legs. I don't know. Let's look at this Queen of Cups. Well, it's as if the cards are saying that perhaps this person was waiting for somebody to come back. They were hoping. They've been determined and persevering, but now they know they're not. See? It's a false hope. And maybe that's why her cup is leading out. So typically when I see a female card or something that represents a third person, a other female in the picture, when she's down in this position, the exit, that means she's on her way out. Now, but this doesn't necessarily mean that the whole situation is over. So the Fool card could be, it's a brand new beginning for this Queen of Wands and this Knight of Cups. And it also could mean a brand new beginning for this Queen of Cups because she's just going to decide to move on. She realizes now it's a false hope. Now, when I said it wasn't over, perhaps in the past there was a happiness associated with it. There's an attraction to a younger woman. And there's this domestico. Now, the female domestico here, she's always positive. She does nothing but want to help in the best manner possible. But this guy, sometimes he has hidden intentions. So perhaps this can speak to someone thinking back to how this person made them feel. And maybe in the end, they may decide to chase after that person because we do see that this knight here, okay, is literally coming behind this chick. But it could also mean that he's coming back home with the bag. We see that this guy was away from home, but he's back now. And maybe now he needs to understand and to get right with himself in terms of what he considers to be success and what truly makes his heart happy. She just could have been a side chick. I don't know. So what I'd like to do is pull a quick oracle card. If you recognize this situation, you know, these cards have been so crazy because there was a decision on either part and there's a victory in it. So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Kind of like, you know, if he goes and he stays away, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Or if he comes back, you guys decide to get back together, you're going to be able to work it out. You know, but it's going to depend, you know, on how hard are you willing to work on it. So that's kind of what the message says. I don't know why this is coming up, but now this says number 16. This is the Tower card, and I've been seeing this card come out a lot. Now this is all about the Uranus energies, and this is about the clearing of the air. So it very well could be that if you're waiting for, you know, that there's a third party, it could very well be that your guy or your girl is going to leave for this other person, and that you kind of feel it in your bones, you know it's coming. Maybe there's not anything. And so perhaps what the card is saying is, you know, accept it. It'll be a lot easier if you just accept it. And in a way, it wasn't meant to last anyway because it wasn't built on a firm foundation. With the Fool card coming in, there is going to be something new, like it's a blessing in disguise. But also it could be saying that if you're expecting someone to return and they do return, you're going to need to clear the air. You're going to need to tear down all the walls that are between you, all of the communication barriers. You're going to have to learn to forgive and forget and be honest in it. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be long and drawn out. But if this person truly, truly means that to you, you're going to have to tear down those old structures, get real in yourself in terms of what you want, both of you, and be able to come to the table and figure out how to rebuild on a new structure. That's the message that I have for you, Sagittarians, for the month of December. I wish it was something like, hey, you guys are going to win a bunch of money. You're going to be, you know, super cooper billionaires, and then you're going to give all your money to me for reading these wonderful cards. Unfortunately, that is not the message that I have for you. I do want to say that even though this is not like necessarily a definitive ending or definitive answer, that no matter how this Tower card plays out for you, we are moving into 2016, and it is now time for us to gather new energies going forward. This is why the Fool card has come out. It is time to get rid of the old in whatever way that means and look forward to the new. And I think really, no matter how this plays out for you, that's a great message no matter what. So I wish you the best of luck. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm not sure if I will be back for the rest of the month of December. So if not, I'd like to wish you, you know, happy holidays and a happy and safe new year. So until, I don't know, if we meet again, Namaste, travelers. Bye.